Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Developing the Leader Within podcast. I'm Enrique, your host, and today I have with me Sunny Nagpal from India. What a treat. We have worked together the last year through a collaboration called the Circle of Legends, and it has been such a pleasure to work with you, Sunny. Today, I want to welcome you and thank you for being on the show.
Thank you so much, sir. I'm all yours and I'm going to learn a lot from you because you develop leaders within.
Thank you so much.
Thank
I
you.
have no doubt that we both will learn today because what you do is what our focus is today, right? Leadership and smiles. Uh, people do not, people underestimate the power of a smile. But specifically, the AHA project that you have, the learning and development project and school that you have and that program. I want to get into that. So, but before we do, Sonny, if you wouldn't mind taking a couple of minutes telling us a little background about yourself, what are you doing and what the future looks like for you?
Great. Super question. So I was born in 1984. And like all of us, I'm the blessed child. We are blessed in thousands of ways. So I got a spiritual school. So I started counting blessings. And the Almighty was kind that He gives us opportunities to volunteer. And volunteering is not just about we giving back to the society, it's about we growing, we getting trained. So I was lucky to start teaching the little kids on spiritual values. It prepared me for life, it gave me bread and butter, and I still am doing it by spending time with kids. And the school I studied had the school motto as keep smiling. Then it was just, yes, have a smile on your face. You may get good girlfriends. You may appear confident. We didn't know that smiling is such a spiritual value. It's about accepting life, celebrating life, living in faith. So that nurtured me, and I'm really thankful for all the life circumstances, people, great company like you, Circle of Legends, that has brought me here. And my friend, my dear classmate, comes up with crazy ideas, innovation. It runs in his blood, and he's the one who gave the name AHA Education to design AHA experiences. And he also gave me the best designation, which is CSO, the Chief Smile Officer. So that's another blessing, a reminder that we better smile through life circumstances. To be a hope, to be a pillar of strength, of kindness, compassion, and acceptance with gratitude, no matter what, wherever you are, no matter what the time is. Keep smiling, be happy, spread happiness. And I want to continue this mission till my last breath. I want to do nothing else, just be happy. Live in gratitude. No complaints, no worries. What will happen after Corona? Will I get money or not? Will I get next promotion or not? Will I get to live a big, great, grand life? Because life is a fully paid world tour. And we are all lucky recipients, the most fortunate ones. So sit back and relax. That's it. Thank you.
I love that. And, you know, you're talking about smiling. I'm smiling over here all the way in America. You're smiling in India at the very same time, sharing joy. Now, you're talking about life and you're talking about being in the moment, enjoying it, laughing, smiling, just being happy overall. This last 2 weeks, there haven't been too many smiles at my home because, unfortunately, because of Corona, we lost my mom. But the important thing about that is that she was always smiling and laughing. And so she passed that on to us. And so that's the reason why I could do it today, apart from the Almighty giving me something to smile about, which is life, right? We're alive. So I love the concept of smiling and enjoying. And it's amazing what it does. There was a video of a man just spontaneously laughing at a bus stop. And at first, everybody was looking at him like he was crazy, right? He's laughing. And then after a while, he's laughing and he's laughing louder. And then you start to see smiles in the people's face because they think it's funny. And before long, everybody is just bowing down, laughing so hard and uncontrollably. And all he did was smile and laugh. That's it. He didn't speak, he didn't do anything. So it's amazing how contagious it is. And so I encourage everybody listening, have a smile today, have a laugh today. It will brighten your day. So, Sonny, we talked about AHA. Thank you for sharing where it came from, and I love the fact that you were designated the Chief Smile Officer because I don't think, Sonny, that I have ever seen you without a smile on your face. So you're doing a good job.
So I'll tell you one more beautiful blessing we had. We went to a monk for blessings. Chinmaya Mission has over 300 centers all across the globe. So we went to monk, and the monk knew me. The monk blessed me. He said, "Sonny, you are not chief smile officer. You are chief laughter officer." So these are some of the beautiful moments. All elders' blessings come to us, come through them. Like your mom has been a pillar of strength, love, and they all lived like true heroes. They all want us to live up to those great ideals and spread that smile. Yes.
I agree.
And
I
they live
agree.
through our smiles.
Yes, that's true. And, it's a blessing to be able to continue that and spread it. Folks, this is what makes, cloudy and dull days able to be, to bear and for you to get through to the next day. So in all circumstances, I always encourage, find the silver lining of the day, find that piece of hope and expectation of a better tomorrow within the confines of that day. Hold on to that, and you'll make it. You'll make it with a lot of loved ones around you. You'll make it. So, Sonny, let's talk about AHA specifically because I had mentioned earlier, we was just chatting before the session, um, the slogan. I'm a career, I would consider myself a career educator. I did it in the military when I was an instructor for a while. Then I was in an instructor school. And teaching there has a different dynamic in the military than normal school, right? We are trying to not only educate, but we're trying to transform the individual from what they were to what we want them to be. And I noticed that in the AHA page, you have a slogan and it says, "Stop teaching, start transforming." Right there. Exactly. That is very powerful. So I want to give you a couple minutes. Just tell us about that. what was behind that?
It started as a movement because my friend had worked with over 10,000 educators all across India and taking them to Finland, the best education system. So, what is it? It was all about transformation, not just feeding in information at the bottom level of Bloom's taxonomy, where we are being boring Google information passers, right? Google today has more information than a teacher has. So if I'm only an information provider, Google does a greater job. I'm there to kindle that curiosity, to create that interest, to make children ask questions, to have get into participatory learning, to grow in confidence with every class, with every period on period. Am I giving chance for the children to think, for them to participate actively, to be an active partner by asking questions about the topic they are going to learn, what they want to learn, why they want to learn, whether they like to learn or not, what are their thoughts, and is there an element of collaboration inside the class? Are they becoming leaders like you, transformers like you, who get a chance to come in front of the class and explain the topic? Hey guys, the summary of the topic goes like this. Or my views on this topic goes like this. So summary, students as teachers, students as collaborators. And we just don't teach topics. Why are we learning science? We go to most of the schools and educators say, yeah, this subject is important. Life is nothing without science. Life is nothing without maths. Everywhere it's maths. They forget to address the most important thing, that maths or any topic, calculus, integration, that those are mathematical skills. We are creating mathematicians. We are creating scientists. We are creating change makers. Why do we learn English? English is very important. We need to communicate. We are learning to be appreciators. We are learning to create authors, poets, so that they connect with themselves. They go beyond the subject and the topic. So there are some transformative habits which we go through with children and with teachers to create aha experiences inside the classroom, outside the classroom, in their life, so that they live aha. They make learning a festival. They make life a celebration, and not just happy birthday, but happy every day. So that's the motto. Happiness, aha moments for teaching staff, aha moments for non-teaching staff, aha for students, aha for parents, aha, that eureka moment for school leaders and management as well. So right from the security, the entry till the exit, the experience all of us receive or get should be aha.
That is so powerful. That moment is truly, that aha moment is truly what everyone is after, right? You mentioned Eureka, right? You strike gold. Whoa, yes, we were all happy about that one moment that changed our life, and that's what the aha moment is. You mentioned transcending the subject, and I love that because in true development, you mentioned I do leadership development. Obviously,
Yes.
this is what the show is about, leadership,
Yeah.
and I usually follow that cycle through. And this one is basically leadership and education. We mentioned smiles, we mentioned aha, but the transcending of a subject to the point where the subject becomes reality, it becomes real, tangible. is where you want true education to go. Now, we struggle in many places. I can only speak for America because that's the only place I've been educated in.
Yes.
But we struggle to help students transcend the subject, to go
Yes.
beyond the subject on a textbook knowledge um, platform to a higher platform where this subject now becomes tangible for the student, and then it can become an aha. So most students are struggling with just the text version of what it is, because
Yes.
that's why I love that slogan: "Stop teaching and start transforming." Because there's a lot of teaching going on, a lot. It happens every day, but there's not that much learning. There's not that much development. There's not that much transformation going on. So, um, can you tell us how, if I'm a teacher, if I'm an instructor, how can I get to the moment where I get these kids transformed versus just educated?
Beautiful. So the mantra is very simple. It's called the start. STARNT. So S as in start the class with student questions. Let student start thinking. My friend, I am chief smile officer. My friend is chief curiosity officer. Stop giving answers. I have so many friends who don't give answers, who make us think, who say there could be many solutions. Even if I give the right answer, you say there could be many answers, because we are all fixated on right answers in bro. Examination point of view of teaching, because this answer is going to be 2 marks in exam. So better learn. So my friend gives a beautiful example. What adds beauty to face? The science chapter says teeth, because the chapter is on teeth. And the child says, sir, there's a baby, is beautiful. Its face is very beautiful. It does not have teeth. But the teacher says, sit down. Underline teeth. Teeth is the right answer. Teeth adds beauty to face. So we are fixated. We are killing curiosity. So always allow students to ask questions, to participate, and to explore. There could be many right answers. We can rewrite the textbooks with the new thinking, with the free thinking. They can do wonders. The next is T. T as in teach skills, not just the topics, not just the subject. So there we start creating. Why do I teach science? For scientific skills, scientific thinking, reasoning, right? So I'm developing skills and not just teaching the topic. A, allow students to co-teach. Students as teachers will become leaders. You start developing communication, time management, leadership by allowing students to co-teach. They plan their lessons, they plan their presentations. What age? Age of 6. We have done it, and we have seen it very successfully running in Navjyoti India Foundation. Dr. Kiran Bedi's NGO has 750 leaders, student leaders, teaching 8,500 children. Because once they teach, they gain high self-esteem. They gain confidence. They gain the courage to stand and share the skill. It could be talking, it could be mathematics, it could be drawing, craft, singing, poems, rhymes, and so on. STA allows students to co-teach. R goes for let us be readers. I know it all doesn't work. So teacher has to get into the habit of research, reading every week beyond the subject, moving towards skills. What is happening all across? So I become a better teacher. The last 20 is about transformation. Self transformation leads to nation's transformation. I transform, nation transforms. So I teach to transform. I don't teach for marks. I don't teach for exams. I teach for life. So that's the START model. And it's a habit based program. We take up one habit a month. We do reviews. They come up with stories. How and the S worked. How are the students responding when we said we will start the class with questions before the topic, before the class? So they come up with questions. They start thinking. Otherwise, thinking is killed because of rote learning systems, because of poor assessment systems, because we are finishing the curriculum and finishing their lives. Otherwise, get into a KG class. Who wants to dance? Sir. Who wants to sing? Sir. Slowly, we start developing complexes. We say, you can't dance, you can't draw, because we get into our own judgments. So we want to promote. All of us can do everything. Let's be participators. So we promote, we encourage consciously participation. We may have different skills, strengths, multiple intelligences, but let's allow the brain to learn with a smile. Let's provide enriching environments where brain learns automatically. It's effortless, natural, just like nature. Be a mother because a leader is a mother, a teacher is a mother.
Yeah, I look. You're describing the start model, and over here, as I'm thinking, where do I sign up? Where, right? Because it is it is the ideal, as you're describing it. It is the ideal setting for innovation, for uh, complex thinking, critical thinking. It is basically the birthplace of all that can be. And as you're describing the start model, and I'm comparing over here the model that I grew up in, they did not facilitate that for me. I never grew up, even at the collegiate level. That's not happening. And you would think that at the collegiate level, you would want me to develop my mind in the sense of, hey, I'm about to go get a job, or I'm about to start a business, or I'm about to do this entrepreneurial route. And I can't, because all I've learned is textbook. And so there's no life application to it. And so, wow, it's just when you talk about aha, I'm over here shouting aha. That's it. That's what we need. And then I started thinking in terms of a child. What child would not want that? I mean,
True,
every
true,
child,
true.
and we homeschool at our children. We've always homeschooled our children, and when I say we, I will not take credit. That's we equals my wife. So my wife
Yes,
does that. um and we thought that it was the best option available, right? Because there's so many options available. But I would love for them to be in a aha type of environment where they develop and blossom from inside out based on, and then use the education that's being to draw in to help develop. That is
yes.
probably the best model that I have ever heard. So congratulations to you guys for doing that for children. I was looking at your website, the site on, and your profile banner. on LinkedIn, right? There are kids that are just, it looks, you can see it on their face. They are eager to participate because they are valued. Their their thinking is valued. And what a blessing. What a blessing for children. So wow, man, my hat's off to you guys for doing what you're doing. It is amazing, and the start model is just wow. I'm gonna get with you after and get all the specifics because I love it. I truly love it. As an educator, that like in the military, we use a different model.
Would
It's
love to
a
hear that. Let's add on.
and it's not start. Let's just say that it's more like start doing. But the transformation is what we're after, and you guys are facilitating transformation in a way that is unheard of in the rest of the world. So that's just great. Let's talk a little bit about what you have seen from these students, right? What kind of exponential growth have you seen, witnessed, right? Because this is where the aha and the start model really takes root in what you've seen. So you said from the age of 6, and I love that. Um, what examples can you give us of things that these students are doing now after participating in the program?
Yes. There are so many stories in Navjyoti India Foundation where we saw children blossom. And the vision came from Dr. Kiran Bedi. She is the most trusted woman in India. She is the highest ranking police officer in India. The first female police officer in India. So she's been our role model. And she proposed in 2013, let's have a children's university. And I said, we are in the slums where there are no resources, small plots, no qualified teachers. And she's talking about a children's university run by the children, for the children. And we will have HODs, we'll have faculty members, we'll have a vice chancellor. Said, ma'am keeps traveling all across the world. She gets all the ideas. It's impossible. Not easy. But great visionaries, great leaders with a selfless intention, spiritual beings do wonders like this effortlessly. And we saw it happening. So children started teaching. So earlier we used to differentiate Navjyoti child and a non-Navjyoti child. Navjyoti child was very social, neatly dressed. He would not be rich because they're the first generation learners. They are children of daily wages, but they'll be neat. So children were easily differentiated. Navjyoti child, non-Navjyoti child. The way he speaks, the way he presents, the hair and everything will be neat. And they take bath every day because that's a slum. So that was the first differentiation. Then came Navjyoti Bal Gurukul, the leadership program. We saw clear difference between a Navjyoti child, a Navjyoti Bal Gurukul child, one who is attending the leadership program. Now, there was no formal training, but they used to conduct their meetings. They used to write their minutes. They used to conduct festivals. They used to give speeches to parents, educating them on drug abuse, domestic violence, giving them solutions. So we saw the exponential growth in terms of time management, negotiation skills, communication, confidence, all this without classroom training, without corporate style 5-star training. So this was the magic we saw in terms of skills. Now, what they reached, where they reached, they there was a moment when they did not aspire to become, scientists or engineers. They never took science group because science is tough and it was beyond their reach. They used to get married at the age of 14 and all. But then today, we have girls as civil engineers. girls as bankers. We have students in Cognizant, Infosys, top IT companies. They have gone to Gulf and made a great life for themselves. They are in hospitals, serving as nurses. So that is the magical, satisfying moment for all of us. That with those skills, from a 12 square meter plot, they have risen to high positions in corporate houses. And they have become change makers. Today, they sponsor laptop for the most deserving child. They can't sponsor the whole laptop because their salaries are less, not so high, but they pool in money. They do fundraisers together. So that is a satisfying moment. I think it's a life of satisfaction for their parents, for them, and for us because we enjoy their success. We celebrate their goodness. So there are so many stories, where the child was going to get married, but she was deserving and she had already got scholarship. So we could convince the parents. And because that girl's marriage was stopped, the younger ones also changed in the family. They also pursued higher studies to transform, to be givers in the society, to be contributors.
The what a wonderful share there about the results of a transformational attempt at education, because when you educate just for textbook value, you never change the household. You just change the opportunity or the status of that one person. And what you're doing is you're not only affecting one life, you're affecting the whole cycle of life after that person. And wow, I would love, as a person who has taught, I would love, and it is the mission of my transformational work, right, in leadership, where the leader that is transformed, it actually is meant to transform their life and their world,
Yeah.
including their home, right? So when I teach a leader, I teach them with their family in mind, because I know that it's not just for that person. I aim it to basically infect, without being too insensitive of the climate of COVID, but infect the family to the point
Yes.
where the children and the children's children are
Yes.
are benefited or benefactors of the teaching I just gave their parent. And so
Yes.
that's how I love that. I love that because you truly are transforming not only that child, but you're transforming their world. And that's where the most value of teaching is. So, and you started the story with the visionary, and you mentioned their purpose was not selfish, and that is the key to education, to be at the right level. When you're educating from a selfless part, and you're giving without wanting a return for self gain, but a return for the recipient and their family. So a wonderful program, that I would love to talk to you more about, and see where I can lend a hand.
Yes.
But more importantly, Sonny, if someone listening is interested in let's say sponsoring a laptop, or
Yes.
or doing a video, a chat session, or
Yes.
just participating in general, how would they
Yeah.
communicate with you, and how would they contact you?
Really simple. We can go to the website Navjyoti, Navjyoti .org.in. They're doing a great job. And more than the laptop, you can give your time, your skills, your introductions will inspire them to be like you. Your life story will inspire them and lift them to great heights, to be givers. It'll open up their minds for life. So you will not give them a fish, but you will teach them how to fish. You can give them higher education because they may not be able to afford higher education. So more than any product, more than food, distributing food or anything, I believe if you can, think of those in those lines, gifting them a skill, gifting them a degree, a transformative degree, and not just standard of living going up, but standard of life also going up. Your values, your life stories is what will transform and leave a lasting impact. So you can click on the website and check out. There's so many programs for children, for youth, and for women as well.
Sonny, I have thoroughly enjoyed that. And I'm going to have that information as part of the video and the show notes. So anybody listening can get on there and communicate with you. Sonny, thank you so much for sharing your evening with me. I know it's a different time zone, but all the information that you shared with us about the program and folks listening, this is one of those educational programs you're not going to find in too many places that is truly transforming the child to become a true contributor to the future of our world. And so I commend you guys. I thank you for sharing your story. And for everybody out there, please communicate with Sonny and visit the website and show them some love. Sonny, thank you once again. I really appreciate you and what you're doing. And for everybody out there that listens to our show, you know how we close this out. Success to you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.